Hey, what's up guys? In today's video I want to have a look at Gambit. Over the past recent days I grinded out my max rank in Gambit, and at the same time we were trying to figure out what is the absolute best combination of characters in terms of slaying and as well spawn killing our boss. After a lot of games we finally came to a conclusion and figured out what is going to be the best setup. So today I want to break it down and let you guys know. First things first, a lot of people always ask about Gambit. What should I use? Should it be Blade Barrage, Neo Stormcaller Super, or Celestial Nighthawks, and anything like that? And people just always forget Gambit is not just spawn killing your boss. There's way more to it. The most important part in Gambit is not actually spawn killing the boss, it is get your boss to spawn quick. So let's have a look what you want to be using, what loadouts, and what combinations. So what character combination is the best? It is going to be 2 Titans, 1 Warlock, and 1 Hunter. Let's have a look first at the Warlock subclass. You want to be running Well of Radiance with Luna Faction Boots, which is essential for the boss melt at the end. For Hunters, you want to be using Orpheus Rig Top 3 Nightstalker in order to slay out enemies and at the same time create orbs, and on top of that make the boss melt happen. The last thing is the most important thing. Titans. You want to have 2 Striker Titans use Insurmountable Skullfort with Top 3. Top 3 gives you 2 grenades, and on top of that gives you the aftershocks for your grenade and your super. As for gun recommendations, there's only one important thing. Make sure to run special slot shotguns, and if you want to, as well sleeper in your heavy slot. I personally prefer Acurius in terms of taking down blockers very fast. So like I already mentioned, Gambit is more than just spawn killing the boss. And that is where strikers come in extremely handy. You can see during the gameplay here that I am using top 3 striker with Insurmountable Skullfort, and I'm just absolutely slaying these enemies just with shoulder charge, using grenades, and sometimes use my shotgun. The reason for that is, with Insurmountable Skullfort you have unlimited shoulder charges, and all the low tier enemies in Gambit are one hit kills. As long as they're fairly close together, you're going to get multi-kills, and on top of that, gain your health back. That enables you to play very aggressive and be still very safe. That ends up being an extremely efficient ad clear, which is of course what you want to gain as many modes as possible. Preferably, you should be having your Nightstalker being your invader, since the Hunter itself is not necessary for the boss melt, only his super will be required. Most of the time, your Warlock will pretty much just collect modes and slay a few enemies, whatever your 2 Striker Titans aren't already killing. Because like I said, with the shoulder charge and Insurmountable Skullfort, you can just go absolutely in and will have no threat of dying. In the beginning of the game, you want to always aim for 5 to 10 mode blockers, which are small to medium ones. Those will keep your enemies engaged, and you make them use a lot of ammo, which is going to be beneficial of course, since they will have less ammo for their boss. Meanwhile, on the other hand, you have 2 Titans slaying out just with a melee ability, and they will never have to use any sort of ammo until they meet actual higher tier enemies, but then they have their pulse grenades because they keep gaining them back from shoulder charging. So now how do you set up the melt, which you've seen already several in the video of us spawn killing the boss in several seconds without any primeval stacks. The first thing you want to look out is you see right here, when the boss spawns you see several taken spawns. You can identify by that where the boss is going to spawn, and you want to generally place down your tether around that area. The tether is going to suppress all the enemies, which makes the 2 wizards, which are the biggest threat, not shoot you. At the same time, you place the Well of Radiance right at the feet of the boss. That is going to give you a overshield and as well a damage buff. Those 2 things are the key elements in order to spawn kill your boss within seconds. The tether itself is very important because it will buff, on top of the Well of Radiance, your special weapon damage, which is going to be your main source of DPS. Both your Titans are going to have their pulse grenades ready, sometimes just 1, but anyway. Any amount of grenades you have ready, you want to, while the boss is spawning, place down, as well as the tether and Well of Radiance going down. Those grenades will do massive amounts of damage over time, while you actually start shooting the boss with your shotguns. By using all of this combined, you're going to be able to spawn kill your boss every single time within seconds. The good thing about this strategy is you do not require to have any sort of primeval stacks, which means you don't have to wait in order to be able to melt your boss. I wanted to make this video because I see a lot of 4-man teams run such things as Melting Point and Nighthawks and all these kind of things. This setup is way easier. All you need, place down a Well of Radiance, place down Tether, and start shotgunning the boss. Whenever the boss is going to use his stomp mechanic, make sure to melee him, and that will keep you on him and cancel its launch. So like I already said in the beginning of the video, Gambit is not just about spawn killing the boss. You want to make sure to have the good mix of slaying, which is covered by the strikers, and spawn killing your boss, which is simply done by guns and abilities such as the Well of Radiance, Tether, and the pulse grenades. Based on the preference of your invader, you could as well replace one of the titans with whatever else you want to. One striker titan itself is already able to slay out so hard and is extremely beneficial. Anyway, that's gonna do it for the video. I wanted to let you guys know what the best way is to play Gambit, how you can spawn kill your boss in short quick spawns of the primeval. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.